Hello, this is IDK-IDC0079, and I'm bringing you my Dark Magician deck profile. So first off, 2 Apprentice Illusions. You can't play 3, but I only have 2. And basically what she does is, you can special this card from your hand by discarding a card, normal special summon, a Dark Magician from your deck to your hand during damage calculation of another Dark Spellcaster monster your opponent controls. This is a quick effect. Send this card from your hand to face up field to the graveyard. That monster you control gains 2,000 attack and defense. So, all around, good card. Defensive, makes your other cards get a big butt.
Is it 2,000 defense? It's attack or defense.
Attack and defense.
Is it both?
Uh-huh.
Alright.
So they gain a big butt.
And the big
Exactly. Next, I do 1 breaker. Good attack with his effect. He becomes a 19, or you can remove the spell counter, pop a spell or trap.
Fair enough.
Then I do Buster Blader, just in case if you're going against a dragon deck, you can summon. Later on, I'll show you from your extra deck another card. It's like Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman.
I have that card.
It's a good card. So that's why I throw him in. You don't really have to use him, but he works. Next, of course, you have to have 3 Dark Magicians. Self-explanatory.
Like, these not having sleeves kind of hurts me, but it's fine. Because most of them are commons.
I am broke. I don't have that many sleeves. Shut up. Next, I do 2 Dark Magician Girls. 1 for extra deck, and 2nd is the effect. If you have bunch of Dark Magicians in your grave, increases the attack. Good card. Plus, it's my favorite card, and she's hot.
I know why it's your favorite card.
Exactly.
I wonder if the audience can tell why it's your favorite card.
I don't know. Could it be my Dark Magician Girl sleeves I have right here, or my game mat? I don't know. You guys tell me. Comment down below. Next, the 3 Legendary Knights. They're all good. They each have their different effects. One of them is, when he's attacked, you can discard a card, and I think he gains stats of 1 card in your graveyard.
Ooh.
And I think the other 2 do like a spell or monster or something like that.
I don't know what they do.
Let's see here.
I just remember that.
Critias, you can target 1 face-up spell trap card, banish the target. When it's target for attack, target trap card in my graveyard, set that target. It can be activated this turn, so an instant trap card set. That's that guy. This guy, let's see, same thing, but with a spell. And that guy's
probably
monster.
traps. No, he's monsters?
He's monsters, he's spells, he's traps.
Ah.
Okay.
I wasn't
One
fully
of each.
listening to Critias.
And they're good. Attack 28, defense 18. It's fun little guys. Next, Magical Exemplar. And what she does, sorry I don't know this deck very well. Each time a spell card is activated, you place 2 counters. When the spell card resolves once per turn, you can remove any number of spellcasters, special summon 1 spellcaster type, whose level equals to as many counters as you remove. Easy special summon. I only have 1, so 1. Next, people do prefer 3, but I'm only doing 2 of Magician's Robe. Get them both the same way.
Fixed it.
Done. And during your turn, you can discard a spell card, spell or trap card. Yeah, opponents, it's a quick effect. Special summon a Dark Magician from your deck. During your opponent's turn, if you activate a spell or trap or effect while this card's in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. So it's a good defensive card and able easily to get a Dark Magician. Next, 2 Rods. And what he does when he has normal summon, add 1 spell or trap from my deck to your hand that specifically lists Dark Magician in its text. During your opponent's turn, if you activate spell or trap, effect while this card's in your graveyard, except damage step, tribute 1 spellcaster type, add this card to your hand. So it's just a way to shuffle other cards in and out and pull stuff. Search. Next, 3 skilled Dark Magicians. Every time a spell card's activated, put a counter when he's at 3 during your turn. Tribute him, special summon a Dark Magician from your grave or hand or deck.
From
Self-explanatory.
anywhere. Except for Banish Zone.
Yeah, because it's banished. Can't touch it. And that's what I do for the monsters. That's about it. Next, to Call the Haunted. Self-explanatory.
Do you do traps before spells, you weirdo?
Gotta have some difference. Come on, Cook. Next, I play 2 Crush Cards Viruses. One, it's a good card to help get rid of high-level monsters. You can tribute Rod or Robe. Those are the only 2 cards I have in this deck that can, unless if you shrink one. And it destroys high-level monsters with 1,500 more attack. And then from your opponent's, is it field? Or is it just hand?
When you activate it, it's check their hand, all cards they control.
With 1,500 more attack, and then up to 3 monsters from their deck.
Yeah, they get to choose though, so they don't have to do the second one, I don't think. That's why Crush Card is not as good as it used to be.
Yeah, you can. So, there's that, and there's other reasons why I play 2. You'll see later. Next, 2 Dark Renewals. Basically, when your opponent summons a monster, you tribute a spellcaster type and special summon any dark spellcaster.
You have to play that ratio of Dark Renewals. One's the rarity and the other one's just a common.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it doesn't work.
You have to. If not, I'm coming for you. Next, you can do 3 of these, but I only do 2 of Eternal Soul. It's good with Dark Magicians. It makes them ineffective. And you can special summon a Dark Magician from your grave or add 1,000 Knives and Dark Magic attack from your deck, add them to your hand. But the downside with this card is, if this card gets destroyed, you destroy all your monsters. All your monsters on your side of the field.
Really?
Yes. That's the downside.
That's
with this card.
gross.
So if you have a whole field with like 3 Dark Magicians, 2 Dark Magician Girls, and they MST this card, we'll say bye to your monsters.
And so if you have a way to protect it.
Nope. Next, I play 1 Magician Navigation. And what it does is you special summon Dark Magician from your hand. Then you can special summon a level 7 or lower Dark Spellcaster monster from your deck. And if you control a Dark Magician, except this turn when this was activated and sent to the grave, banish this card from your graveyard, then target one face-up spells, traps your opponent controls, destroy it. So basically, you get 2 Dark Magicians out. Next turn, once you end, banish it, pop a card of a spell and trap. Next, Magician's Circle. Basically what it does is when a spellcaster type monster, it declares an attack, you special summon a 2,000 or less Magician spellcaster type monster from your deck.
But that's either player, isn't it?
Either player. So yeah, it works. You can get like Dark Magician Girl or Rod or Skill Dark Magician. Good little defensive card.
Oh, yeah, you can get Dark Magician Girl.
Uh-huh.
That's stupid.
Next, 2 Mirror Forces. Good defensive card, and there's another reason why I have them, which you'll see later.
I know exactly why.
Shut up, Cookie. Next, Tyrant Ring. Helps get a monster with 400 attack and equipped to a dragon type. Also makes him able to attack twice as long as there's monsters on the field. But if you destroy a monster during the end phase, it's destroyed. Other reasons you'll see later. Next, 2 Dark Magic attacks. Destroy all spells and trap cards on your opponent's side of the field. Self-explanatory. As long as you have a Dark Magician on your side of the field. Next, you should play 3, but I will play 2 because the other one's in my other deck. 2 Dark Magical Circles. So when that card's activated, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck. If there's any of them that list Dark Magician in it, you can immediately add it to your hand and then rotate the rest. Also, sec effect, every time a Dark Magician is special summoned, or is it just special summoned, or is it anytime? Or special, so anytime a Dark Magician is summoned, banish 1 card on your opponent's side of the field, or anywhere. Just immediately banish 1 monster. And you can only use each effect once per turn. Next, I play Dark Magic Expand, which basically, if you have, depending on how many Dark Magicians or Girls you have in your field or graveyard, like if you have one Dark Spellcaster monster gains 1,000 attack during the end turn. 2, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to spells, traps, or activation. Also, spells, traps you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's cards. And if you have 3 spellcaster monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's effects until the end phase. And if you have all 3, you can do all 3. If you have 2, you can do up to the first 2. 1, you can only do the first.
So it's however many until you can.
Yeah, so if you have like 3 Dark Magicians in your grave, you can activate all 3, or 3 Dark Magician Girls. Next, Dark Burning Attack. If you control a Dark Magician Girl, blow up your whole opponent's side of the field. It works. Next, I play 2 Illusion Magics. Helps you add Dark Magicians to your hand. From, you gotta tribute a spellcaster type 2 copies of Dark Magician from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And you can only activate once per turn, and it is a quick effect. Next, Magic Formula. You equip it to Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, gain 700 attack. Increases it, it works. You look tired, Cookie.
Nope. I'm never tired.
Next, I activate a Poly for Buster Blader or Bladder, close enough to help Poly if you don't have the other cards. It's basically an extra Poly, which you need for this deck. Next, Pot of Duality, self-explanatory.
Yep.
Next, Swords, self-explanatory. 2,000 Knives, destroy a monster if you have a Dark Magician, self-explanatory.
And the only problem is that it targets it, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah, you target one. Next, I play each of these fun little guys. The Eye of Timaeus, Legend of the Hearts, all those fun little cards. Each one helps you summon your polys and all that, so you will need, what's his name? My only one little Link monster I have.
Deco Talker.
Deco Talker, that's his name. You might want to need that. It helps.
How many cards you got? So how many cards is your deck?
I think it's around 52-ish. I didn't count.
That's a lot.
It works. And now for the extra deck. This is why I play those Legends and the Eye of Timaeus and all those fun little cards for all these little fun little guys. First, Deco Talker. Because now with the rules, you need links. Sadly, that's the only one I got.
You don't need links, but it's good to play them.
It works.
Play
Because there's a loophole you can do with him. Like if you have him and those guys out, it helps because his effect, your opponent can't target your spells or trap cards or destroy them. His effect is anytime your opponent targets a monster by battle or card effect, you destroy their whole side of the field. So it's a good little loophole. Oh, you target a monster, boop it, your whole field's gone. So yeah, that's why you need Deco Talker. So for the rest, of course, Amulet Dragon. It's part of it. Helps in. It's a good little card to get out. Has 29 attack. And you can banish spells and traps to increase its attack by 100. You need either a Dark Magician or a Dragon type, or just use the Eye of Timaeus. Next one is the Dragon Slayer, Buster Blader. So basically what he does is this card gains 1,000 attack for each Dragon type monster your opponent controls or is in their graveyard. You change all Dragon type monsters your opponent controls into defense. Also, Dragon type monsters your opponent possesses cannot activate their effects. If this card attacks defense monsters, inflict piercing. So it's a good card against dragons. 28 attack, and you can easily increase it. It works. Next, of course, the Dark Magician Dragon Knight. As I said, in the past, you need that with Mirror Force and Dark Decoder to help protect spells and traps. Then, the Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. Of course, it's a Magician Girl. You gotta have it. But what she does, you fusion it with Dark Girl and a Dragon type, or you can do it with an Itamias. And this is a quick effect. You can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, target one face-up card on the field, destroy it. So it easily helps destroy cards on your opponent's side of the field. And you can do it any turn, because it's a quick effect.
Yep.
Next, Dark Paladin. If you...
Is he the only reason you play Buster Blader?
The only reason why I play Buster Blader is with Dark Paladin
And the fusion.
and Buster Blader. Is the only reason why. So you can pick whichever one. He increases by 500 attack and is able to destroy spells and traps if you discard a card. So that's why I use him. Next, Doom Virus. 1900 attack, and when you summon him, you destroy all your opponent's monsters with 1500 or more attack. And during the next 3 turns, if they draw one that's that high, it's destroyed as well. So that's why I do him. Helps destroy monsters. Next, Goddess Bow. Helps equip it and gain attack using the Claw of Hermos. Because you target one face-up monster field, equip it. While this card's equipped to it, negate the first effect activated by your opponents during each battle phase. Also, that the equipped monster can make 2 attacks. So, easy 2 attacks, and if it's attacking your opponent activate like Mirror Force or Magic Cylinder, it's negated. And the attack goes through.
I'll fall out of the damn chair.
Congratulations, I would apply. Next, Mirror Force Dragon. I told you later why I play him. You target a monster, you destroy your whole opponent's side of the field. Next, Red Ice Black Dragon Sword. Basically what he does is you equip it to a monster, dragon type monster, it gains 1000 attack.
I have another effect.
That's what I'm going to see. It gains 1000 attack and 500 attack and defense for each dragon monster on the field. And in graveyard. So it just helps increase attack.
Okay.
Using the Claw of Hermos, most of this is by the Fang, so just Claw of Hermos. Like Red Eyes, it requires the Claw of Hermos. Mirror Force Dragon is the Fang of Citrus.
Critias.
Mirror Force. Doom Virus is the Fang of Critias. And Crush Card Virus. That's why you need those spells and traps.
Yeah.
Next is Rocket Hermos Cannon. What he does, I'm not quite sure. You equip him to a warrior monster using the Claw of Hermos. Target one face-up monster on the field. Equip this card to it. It can make up 2 attacks during the battle phase. And it does piercing.
Okay.
So 2 attacks, piercing. Good enough reason. How you play them, your combinations, just whatever. Next, Time Magic Hammer. What it does, you equip it to a monster. You roll a die and you banish... You banish one monster, and if, say, you roll a 5, that monster you pick is banished for 5 turns.
Okay.
So it helps.
So it banishes a monster for however many turns determined by a dice roll?
Yes. So if you do 1, it's 1, 6, it's 6. So hopefully I have Joey's luck and roll a 6. Next is Tyrant Burst Dragon. What you need is the Fang of Citrus and Tyrant Ring. It gains 400 attack, and also it can make up to 3 attacks during a single battle phase. Regardless of what monster. So, opponent's life points open. Immediately, let's see here. 33 times
That's
30.
99.
So yeah, good card. And that wraps up with this deck. This is my Dark Magician, Legendary Dragons combo. Just my little tweak-ish. And I guess I'll see you all next time.